Welcome to the Royal Touch Podcast. We are your hosts, the Royal Wheels. We are a skate team based out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we are here to bring you the latest news from inside the ring. Let's go.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Royal Touch with the Royal Wheels skate team from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're your hosts,
King Royal
and Disco Mamas. Alright, surprise! Our guest is V from the solo act of Voice of Ether at Voice of Ether on all social media platforms /voiceofether.com. The domain is owned, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so backstory, I guess. V and I are actually, V, Keith and I are from the same hometown city, but V and I went to college together, and that's how we met, because we didn't know each other when we used to live here all together.
And we didn't start hanging out until we both moved back to our hometown. So that was pretty crazy.
That was pretty crazy.
So V, when did you first find interest in skating? What made you want to start skating?
So the first time that I was introduced to skating as a concept when I was living in LA at the beginning of the year, and when Faye came and visited out in LA, we went to Venice Beach and just observed the skaters there. And I hadn't ever tried roller skating at this time, so I was just there as a videographer. It made me really want to get into roller skating, so in May of this year, I started roller skating, and it's been kind of a crazy journey. It's been 7 months now, right?
And you've definitely come a long way in your skate journey.
Oh my gosh, so the second day that on my own skates, right? I decided to go to the rink that we usually go to, which the floor there is really slippery. I showed up with full gear, I had knee pads, I had elbow pads. I almost considered wearing my helmet and my wrist guards. I wasn't even able to go forward without standing up straight. I was very close to the ground all the time. And now I can skate backwards, I can spin, I can do transitions, and I'm just starting to get my dips down. So that's pretty cool.
Shout out! Yeah, you've come a long ways in the past couple months.
I remember those first days. So, woo!
As we all are on our first day of skates.
Yeah.
Just you got to experience it when you were 2 years old. So, not all of us don't remember our first days on skate.
I wish I recorded it more because I looked goofy.
You definitely had the hunch going on.
No, yeah, it was so funny. I was I refused to get farther from the ground at all. So
safest way.
Yeah.
And then you just started going. I was okay, he's going. Then when you started to do spins, I was okay, God, you got this.
Yeah, I just recently started using a harder wheel, because when I was starting I used a soft wheel because that made me feel the most secure. But switching to a smoother, harder wheel has been crazy for my progress. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see what I can do next.
Okay, so outside of skating, you do music. You write, compose, record all of your own original music. And
It's the light jacket for me.
Oh my god. My most recent music video, I made a jacket with 150 LEDs just hand sewn into this raincoat. And I wore it, I think when we went out to the middle of the state or something, right? For a Halloween party. And that was pretty fun.
we went to Lansing.
Yeah.
For Halloween, yeah.
And that was pretty fun. Kind of hard to skate in, but definitely worth it. It's a remote control LED string light. So.
It was so pretty. I was oh, that's so me.
One time, V and I went to the club, and they put on their jacket, and what was it the girl offered you?
There were two girls that offered me different amounts for this jacket on the spot. One girl offered me everything in her wallet. I'm that's a gamble I'm not willing to take. And then this other girl, I don't know how much she offered me, but she was
it was 300, 500.
Yeah, it was something crazy. I'm this isn't original, I'm going to keep it, but that's good to know that people are willing to spend money on what I make.
I would like to say I would like to spend money on what you make, and you can make me one in a big...
Speaking of spending money on what I make, I make origami roses. They're featured in one of my music videos. Little rainbow, here you go. I sell them for $10, $5 if you follow me on social media.
It takes like an hour each to make like each rose.
Yeah, they're difficult to make. Please give me money. I need it. I'm a musician.
Do you know any origami further than the cootie catcher?
Yes, I do. Please give me money.
In the lines of music and skating, what kind of music do you like to listen to when you skate?
Ooh, I have a playlist on my Spotify. Hold on, let me just pull up specific songs from this playlist, because I'll give my favorite songs that I've been skating to lately. When I was out in Venice, I requested that the song was played when we were at the plaza. When Someone Loves You, by Emily Sandé. Great song. It's a big old disco ball. It's really cool. I Feel For You by Shaka Khan, because it's Shaka Khan.
That's different.
Skate to it though. It's such a good skate song.
Third song.
Oh, third song. Ooh. Oh, I've been obsessed with this band lately, but this is Rocket on My Feet, like the rocket, like Space Rocket on My Feet remix by Saint Lucia and the Knox. This is a really good skate song too.
I just love that we have so many different people that we know with different styles and different music, and you can still skate to it. Like, that's so different.
As Juicy J says, skate to anything. Skate to anything.
Well, not anything.
You know what we forgot in our first episode? Our turnstiles event.
Damn, we did. The Queer Skater Day. You feel comfortable going to certain places and skating and being yourself and being able to represent what you feel skating.
For the most part, yeah. I really don't go skating by myself in public that often. I have a couple times, like, at different places in my hometown. Whenever I go skating, I'm with other people, and I always feel comfortable when I'm with a group, because, you know, no one's gonna be mad at a group of roller skaters just vibing, you know? There are a lot of queer people who roller skate.
Okay.
What traditional skate style do you feel that you emulate, you train to, that you want to achieve?
I mainly skate in the Grand Rapids scene. As far as Grand Rapids goes, it's like just jam skating, right?
But also that slow backwards.
Yeah, and slow backwards. So that's something that I've been just working on because that's what I'm surrounded with. Recently, I've been trying to get into some artistic roller skating now that I've been able
I was just
to.
gonna say that.
Like, I've been able to start balancing on one foot and like gliding on one foot and like keeping my balance, which is something I never thought I'd be able to do.
Are you willing to put the toe stops in to do the full artistic experience?
Toe stops are kind of annoying to me sometimes though. They get in the way. Like, I really like having full like motion to be able to get on my toes without having to get a toe stop in the way.
Alright, so let's talk about your skate setup. What do you skate on? What's your plate, wheels, bearings?
So these are the skates that I started with. I started with very budget skates, but with a good brand. These are Rydell's, the RW Waves, which is their cheapest aluminum plate. It's a pretty heavy boot, stiff leather. And then the wheels are the Fun Days, which are 92A. They're like a nice kind of round edge wheel. Medium hardness, I would say, right? Like in the middle. These wheels, which are the ones that I usually skate on, are light up outdoor wheels. But I've kind of switched from a softer wheel to a harder one to get some more intricate tricks down. And it's been pretty great. So I want to get some Fun Days for my own. I'm currently borrowing Faye's. And then the skate chain was also made by Faye.
Alright, well thank you so much for coming on and joining our podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming for real. And I want mushrooms.
I love the mushrooms.
Get out your skate anklets by Disco Mamas, damn you.
Okay, so I have 2 shows coming up, right? I have a show on January 26th at Mulligan's and January 27th at the Stray Cafe in Grand Rapids. So if you're in Grand Rapids and you're looking for some live music, please come out and support me.
Or Origami Roses.
And please
either way, support.
spend money. Thank you.
Alright.
Okay.
Period.
Stay tuned.
Deuces.
I think
That's
you have
a wrap.
plenty. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to The Royal Touch. We are The Royal Wheels. Be sure to stay connected with us through social media. Our links will be in the show notes. Please make sure to follow this podcast so you don't miss an episode. You can support the podcast by Cash Apping Royal Wheels LLC. Thank you, and we'll see you at the ring. Deuces.